Alright guys, the shrink has finally cleared me to come back to this shit. And I'm going to be back doing Ninja Gaiden 2, which means I'm into the second third of this complete and utter fucking madness. Evans, if I ever meet you in real life, I swear to God there will be angry hate sex over this. You're a fucking asshole and I hate you. Ninja Gaiden 2. This is actually before the title screen, this is from straight boot up. Starts with a nice cold open and big ominous guy with lightning in the background, which is only slightly more cliche than what they were doing in the last game. He doesn't even have a face. Okay, so this must be the man behind the demon. Or whatever the hell Jackie O was, aside from a bad breakfast host. Why must there always be more plans? And why must they inevitably not think that the hero is going to fuck them up over this shit? Seriously, man. The ego on this guy must... He must have balls the size of Texas. I mean, he must have a specially fitted robe in which to carry these balls. Because it's the only explanation I can think of for behaviour like this. He's not thinking because all the blood is required to keep his testicles from shrivelling up and dropping off from lack of blood flow. Although he does look rather demonic, so quite possibly he already sacrificed these things. And they would have been quite a large sacrifice, I think. But yeah, 2 minutes in we've actually made it to the title screen. Or we will in a few seconds. You notice the first act is only about 5 minutes, so you can see how short this is. Gameplay wise, it's functionally unchanged from the first game. There's a few new weapons, and that's pretty much it. New enemies. Gameplay wise, it is pretty well identical. Except you can now climb up walls without having to jump back and forth on them to get higher up. Although you still can't climb... You can climb to the top of the walls, but you still can't actually climb over the top and get back onto solid ground. So... it strikes me as being rather counter. They've also added... This is the other real change. These shadow clones that will follow you along. Notice how he mimics your movements a couple of seconds behind you and freezes in place when you don't move. You can get up to 2 of them, and I don't know what some sort of Voldo rip-off thing there. Well, not rip-off, but there's only so many hunchback insane sadomasochists that you can name, and Voldo's the most famous one. The thing about those shadow clones is they also mimic your special attacks, so you can really set up the hurt on a boss if you time it right. Now those ladder sections are a bitch. If you climb down off the ladder you go to the next screen. If you just jump down, you die. It's stage 1 of the game is already fucking with you. And here we have some sort of troll. You can see what I mean about using the ranged attacks to really screw with the boss. That was only one clone helping me out there. And this is a really dumb troll because he appears to only know how to charge in one direction. And he explodes when killed, so possibly it's not his fault. And if they hollowed out my brain and put an explosive charge in there, I doubt I'd be too intelligent either. And in case that actually looks at, there were 2 people speaking in that first scene, this is the other one. Fashionably enigmatic at the moment. Although, after the first game, if I was Ryu, I would not be trusting anyone remotely American looking at this point. Especially not one who seems to know too much, and not want to talk about who he is. And once again we're seeing Ryu shot at in the first cutscene. Although, for once, it wasn't at him, which has got to be unusual. Blarg, he is dead. For a ninja, your senses blow goats, Ryu. I mean, seriously. That's actually the end of the first act, and we're going to be back in a few minutes whenever the fuck I feel like doing Act 2's video. Which, okay, should be about now.